Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J, NSY, and the dating pool Diva. We thank y'all for being with us and staying with us. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial. The lines are open if you want to be down with us here tonight. We are getting ready to get into the Diva Diaries. But before we do that, SY, I had so much fun hanging out with you and Mama J and Jay Grizzy and the First Lady of Legacy Internet Radio, comedian that's Lisa P, on Saturday night, or Saturday during the day, I should say. Mm-hmm. You want to tell we're looking at the video right now. You want to tell the Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J listeners what we did on Saturday?
Y'all, if you were not there, you missed it. You missed a great time. And right now, I'm actually showing the
aftermath videos
after the walk. But we did the MS walk. We did the multiple sclerosis walk on Saturday. It was awesome. We had so much fun. We just met so many people. My greatest part of the day, we have lots of listeners. I love all of our listeners, and some of you I communicate with, after the show and all that. But Joy, it was such a pleasure to meet you. It was indeed my pleasure to meet you. And right now I am showing a video, and I believe the First Lady is listening, but she has a new nickname from me now.
Oh my goodness.
She is the Falling Comedian.
Oh my God, don't you
That
dare.
is her name now.
Literally.
I have pictures and videos. I know y'all saw the pictures up on the Ain't No Half Steppin' page. But we just had so much fun. We sang, we danced. Marcus and Mama J, I'm telling you, y'all, this was like, I snapped so many pictures of y'all because it was like the love that he has for her. He's doing flips and everything. I smiled the whole time. After we left the walk, we went and we ate. We were tired, y'all. And you know what?
What's that?
It was the first time. I'm 48 years old. It's the first time in my life I ever used a porta potty.
Are you serious?
Yes, I think it's the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty gross, but I stand up and jiggle. So as long as I got hand sanitizer,
and all
I'm
I
good.
can hear is my mama say, "Don't you sit that? Don't you touch that thing? Don't put your skin on it. Don't do it."
Oh my goodness.
So, but man, we had so much fun, and the biggest part, and we did a lot of screaming and saying, "Yay, woohoo!" But it was our team, we walk so others can, and I believe 2 or 3 other teams, over $80,000 just on those teams alone. It was awesome.
It was a great day.
It was so much fun. It was the best day.
It was a great day.
Kudos to you guys.
It was a great day. I enjoyed the day. We had an opportunity to fellowship Legacy Internet Radio. Had an opportunity to be a part of a great organization, to be a part of community service is something that we always wanted to do. We had opportunities, of course, with the Dating Pool Diva in the past, where we went and we fed the homeless and stuff in the past, and then to have the opportunity to do this and to support a great organization, to support great listeners, to support people who we don't know, who we'll never meet, people who we do know, people who we do love. Of course, it was a absolutely fabulous day. Joy is hitting us up. She says she can't stop smiling, and she's saying that she's got love for Mama J. That's her girl. And of course, I have my 10-year-old out there with us, and for her to, first of all, for her to be a part of Legacy Internet Radio, for her to fellowship with the crew here is an honor for me, and for you guys to embrace my baby girl is an honor for me. I had a great time. We got to see
our pleasure, man.
Dirk Diggler of All Throttle Radio, who is also someone that is living with MS. We saw him out there at the walk. Of course, he joined us on air about a month ago. All Throttle Radio airs every Thursday from 7 to 9 here on Legacy Internet Radio. He's one of the primary hosts on that show. So, when he was here, he spoke about his experiences. And so we saw him out there, had an opportunity to fellowship with Said, live action captions. My brother, what up, bruh? Who was there with us. He was taking photographs and to spend time with Joy and the whole crew. So it was a great day.
Yep.
We could literally sit and talk about that all day long. But what I want to do now, I want to do what we came here to do. I got my sister,
sound like a song,
the
baby.
dated pool diva, about to hit us up with the Diva Diaries. Every time, that's why every time we play that song, don't she act up? Yeah, man. And it's crazy, right? Because I was talking all smooth and laid back about the MS walk. I ain't even tell her where I was going. Nope. But when she heard that song, she just slipped right into it. All right, so why don't you do this? I ain't gonna tell you how to run your segment, but why don't you do this? First, start off by talking about the Love Revolution. Talk about what we do. Talk about what we did 2 weeks ago, and then lead into whatever the heck you got.
You are kind of telling me what to do, but okay.
Well, I'm bossy.
I got you.
But just that part, because I want particularly the local Ain't No Half Step on Marcus J listeners here on Legacy Internet Radio. I want the local folks to be able to fellowship with us because we do great things, man, every single third Saturday. And so I want folks to know where they can find us. Call us at 804-402-2893. Be down with us. The floor is the Divas. Diva, jump in. What you got?
Well, I will go in order as ordered by Marcus J. The Love Revolution is held every third Saturday of the month. Yes, from 4 to 7 usually. But we're going to be doing some adjustments with the time and the location. We want to mix it up a little bit, have some fun, go out in the community, maybe have some laser quests and some happy hours, along with our usual forums, relationship forums that we have. This particular month, we talked about meeting the experts, okay? And so the experts were us. We were the experts. And everybody there was able to give their advice, their relationship advice for, whether you're single, married, or involved, you could use this advice to enrich your relationships. All right, let's start with
Marcus
the host.
Is eating his boogers.
Oh, he's so gross. Let's start with his relationship advice.
Mine?
Marcus.
Well, we got to talk about me first.
You first, because you're the man of the hour.
I am.
Even though I am the woman of the hour.
Nope. You almost called yourself a man.
Almost.
Yeah. Okay, that's why we're going to need you to never show that picture again. Because I love you as my sister, I am not going to tell the world that you just showed us a picture of you in a mask.
Wow, that's different. Okay, so
I did
this
say it,
is
didn't
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. That's all I know. Roll up to the club with my silly
This is what happens with us older folks get caught trying to
hummus tonight. Some little jack or something.
I think they might have spiked the hummus.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Dave, I'm sorry.
You said, Marcus J, give when you don't feel like giving, love when you don't feel like loving, do what you don't want to do. Your partner will appreciate your effort. I thought that was so profound for you. I don't know where that came from.
You said for me like I'm some sort of jackass that had a moment.
I kind of felt that way a little bit.
Oh,
like, wow, where did that come from?
No, because you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that? That's why. Because when I said it, right? Our sister Toyana, who was there, our sister Dion, who was there, our brother Jay Grizzy of the Green Room version 2.0 with Jay Grizzy and Alyssa P, who was there, and our brother Broderick was there, and we had a couple of guests that was there. And so when I said that, all of them, the entire room, they all looked at me like, oh, shit, did you hear what Marcus just said? And I didn't even really think about it.
I would have looked at you, too, like somebody just ripped the skin off of your face because it's just, it doesn't sound like you like Mr.
I'm a nice person.
I don't think so. And oh man, forget that. That's just going to be a you problem.
Well,
I
certain
would
things are a
never-
you problem. I stand by certain things being a you problem, but I also stand by the fact that if you're in a relationship and you want there to be harmony, then you got to figure out how to have harmony. You know, like
Right.
some people in relationships with jackasses. That's just real talk.
It's all about
Jackass
them.
is not gender specific. Bruh, your lady might be a jackass.
Right.
And sis, your old man might be a jackass. But, you know, you got to try to do what you can do if you want to have some sort of harmony before you check out.
Well,
I mean, girl, speaking to the mic, stop making faces at me. I don't know what you're trying to say to me. I'm not, because I tried to have a
I'm
serious
trying
moment
to eat
just
my
now.
hummus.
Well, eat your hummus.
well,
But-
let me ask the social media if they could write in, call in, or whatever, and tell me what they think about your advice, whether it's valuable, whether they think they can use it.
I
Head
see
for
you,
the
Jay
heels.
Grizzy.
Jay Grizzy has something to say
Jay-
because
Jay-
I got him down too.
Jay Grizzy hit me with kind of an inside joke.
Uh-oh.
Jay Grizzy said they going K-Fab on me, which basically saying that, you know, it's an old wrestling reference. So if you're into professional wrestling, that
Oh,
was
we're
kind
like
of
double teaming you.
well, yeah, but he also saying that y'all just kind of had me, you
Yeah,
kind of
headlock.
pulling me from my actual real persona versus what I might have said that day.
Your
Which,
sensitive side.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Yes, they are going K-Fab on me, Jay.
All right, now speaking of Jay Grizzy.
Yes, Grizzy, you still listening? So you up? They about to go K-Fab on
Now, I
Did
was
he get home safe? Did he get home okay? No incident free
you?
and
'Cause
everything?
we ain't heard from him till now, so we don't know, right? I guess he did make it, right?
wow.
Tell
was
us
in a
what. Tell
hurry.
us what Grizzy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he was. Tell
This
us what he
was
said.
even more profound and shocking.
Uh-oh.
So you think that what he said is more shocking than what I said?
Yeah.
So you like him better than you
no,
like me?
it was totally
Nope, you like him
polar
better than me.
opposite of his personality, or as
She
I
likes
know
him better
him.
than me.
Uh-oh.
She likes him better than me.
Here it goes. It's only, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's about 6 words, but it's profound.
Okay.
Love is not a sprint, but a marathon.
Oh damn, he did say that. I remember when he said it,
It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
and he said it with a straight face, with no comedy.
with a straight face.
There was no comedy or nothing.
None of that.
So Grizz, we know you still listening. You can call us at 804-402-2893 and defend yourself, or you can continue. He said he's still running. he said
That sounds like
he
you,
said
Jay.
he said he's still running. But yeah, that was very profound, you know.
Yes.
And I think, you know, alcohol induced. No, let me stop. It wasn't alcohol induced. Actually, it was alcohol induced. But I think that when we are in the Love Revolution meetings, you know, we get
Meetings.
forums.
Forums.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Oh, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for doing that.
I'm into branding, so if I get it wrong, then I want to be
Sorry,
told
was
that I get
talking
it
to the
wrong.
Diva.
He makes it like it's a business meeting or something,
No,
a seminar.
Everything is business with me. I ain't for no games, yo. Marriage is a business. Yeah, it is a
Let's
business.
not get on that. That could go on for hours.
I'm just saying. Anyway, you know, I'm glad that you know, we had an opportunity to say the things that we said, because, you know, when he said it at that meeting, at that forum, and I said what I said at the forum, I think that we went in a different direction that we hadn't expected. So I thought it was good.
Y'all felt somewhat comfortable, I guess.
Well, I always feel comfortable.
to bring
And I
out your
know,
sensitive side.
well, I mean, it's there. I'm a Gemini, so, you know, sometimes I'm ice and sometimes, you know, I'm mist.
Mhm.
You like that, right? Opposites? Yeah.
Yeah. I
Anyway.
don't know if that's
Oh,
opposites. I
God.
think it would be ice and fire or something like that, wouldn't it?
Well, mist is the opposite because it's solid versus
Oh,
the
now he's going
gas.
to take me on a
and
science lesson.
Anyway, no, I just think that, you know, when we are at the forums, then, you know, we have to be comfortable and free to speak our minds.
Right.
And one thing that we don't like is when people come in there and try to front. Like, don't come to the forum and
Uh-oh.
try to front.
Uh-oh.
Like, you got to keep it real. And see, the people who are the regulars, we know that. And the people who aren't the regulars, they learn that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the information that Grizzy gave is very accurate.
Yes, it was. So what do y'all think? Is love a marathon?
That's why I did a whole lot of talking, co-host. What you got over there? Because you giving me what you and Lissa P like to call the thyroid eye. So it's time for you to,
I don't know. I don't know that it has to be a marathon. I don't know that. Sometimes we make things harder than they need to be. Marriage included. I'm not married, so I'm no marriage expert, but it's part of life, and sometimes we make things harder for ourselves. Like Marcus said, if give when you just don't feel like it, do when you don't feel like it. I mean, these are common sense things. So why fight when it's stupid to do so? I mean, the household is, there's a lot more peace there. You'll feel more comfortable. I'm sure your partner will feel more comfortable. I mean, some of these things are just common sense. You want to pick your battle. That's not the fight you want to have. So, I mean, you can make things just as easy as they were when you were dating while you're married. It doesn't have to always be so hard.
Right. And I think when I look at that quote, I look at it kind of like, life is not about, it's not about the destination, it's the journey. And I look at the quote as, it's not about hurrying up and getting through, the marriage or whatever it is, to actually experience and enjoy the love and what's going on in that relationship. Miss Blue Sapphire, Toyana, said 3 words: God plus romance equals love. What y'all think about that?
Well, I'm not a Christian person. I'm not a religious person. So I respect folk that feel that way. Not the way I would put it, but I respect folk that feel that way. Not looking to offend or not to offend. I mean, if I offend you, then it's kind of a you problem.
There we go back to that again.
It is a you problem,
The real Marcus J, please.
I mean, I'm diverse. I'm diverse.
I'm not sure if I understand where God and the romance come in.
I think where she was going with it, and I know that a lot of people, particularly people who are religious, feel as though any relationship that they have, particularly a romantic one with a man and a woman, must be sanctioned by God for it to be valid, particularly marriages when you speak in front of God and your family and the folks who came to support you. There's usually a man of God presiding over the relationship, presiding over the ceremony. So my thought is, and I didn't question her at the time because at the time I kind of had an idea where she was going, but since I'm kind of interpreting it for you and the listeners, my guess is what she's saying is, if God, the great architect of the universe, does not endorse the relationship, then the relationship does not have a future.
Okay. All right.
Diva, would you?
That's kind of what I got out of it too.
All right, I got it.
Yeah.
Piggybacking on that same ideal, Dion said, remember always that the third partner in a relationship is God. So it's basically a similar
I mean,
that's that they have.
Not just similar. To me, it's the same thing. Now, tell the listeners how they wrote those. I mean, did we say that out loud or what? How?
Well, this was a game. It was the beginning of our icebreaker segment, and we wrote these down kind of anonymously and had to guess who said what. So it was just a little game, and I just asked permission to put it out there today. So
Well, I'm glad. I mean, because one of the things that we do when we have the Diva Diaries here on Aint Have Steppin on Marcus J, as well as when we have the Love Revolution forums, is that we open it up for folks to be as open as they're comfortable being. Because the only way that we can all benefit is if we all are open and honest about our feelings. Because the truth of the matter is, I mean, not all of us guys are so hard. I mean, I'm pretty hardcore, but I also want to speak legitimately about how I feel, and I want to receive how someone else feels. And I think that when we have the forums, that we provide an avenue for folks to come and speak freely. You know, if you're someone that has thin skin and you don't want to hear somebody disagree with you, then this might not be the place for you.
Right.
You know,
or you can do like many people and just observe and kind of
watch
sit back.
and don't say, yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to say anything.
Broderick was also in attendance, and he says you should work to be selfless in a relationship. I totally agree with that. I think you agree too, S.Y. You're nodding there.
Yeah.
Marcus J?
No, I definitely agree that, you know, to be selfless is similar to the comment that I had when I said that you got to give when you don't feel like giving. You know, being selfless is kind of the same thing. You know, I mean, ultimately, you may get tired and run out of steam, and if you do, you know, it's certainly understandable. But being selfless, I mean, you got to figure out what it is the people that you with need, and do the best that you can to try to provide that, you know, until you feel like you've exhausted, you know, all opportunities to do so.
That's why I love the book, The 5 Love Languages. I love it because it talks so much about giving to your partner what they need, whatever they're lacking, that you should be able to give that, and vice versa from your partner.
Yeah.
Okay, yours truly was last. I said, communication truly is key and is the foundation for trust and respect in any successful relationship. So that was my quote. Communication is very important, I think, in any relationship.
So what do you think about what you said? I mean, now that
I think it's awesome. It's
think
the best advice of all of them.
you think it's awesome because you said it, or you think it's awesome because it's awesome advice?
I think it's awesome advice. I mean, I think any type of relationship guru or psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever, will tell you that communication is necessary for any relationship. And it builds trust and respect for that person. If you can't communicate, you're not going to trust them. You're not going to have respect for them. You're not going to have all the other things that you need in a relationship, loyalty and all of that, because you don't have any communication. You're not speaking in any type of way.
No,
and communication is also nonverbal, so you have to have that too.
Yeah, Joy is agreeing. She says being selfless is mandatory. So
yes.
I can definitely.
It's hard to do though for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we're pretty much born into this world wanting things. Yeah. You know, so to flip the script and give is not first nature or instinct.
Well, one of the things that I catch a lot of heat for not being a religious person, even though that I share some religious practices, I mean, to be godly is to give. And so even though I'm not a religious person, you know, I feel that it's important to give. So I guess that makes me godly or, you know, spiritual, you know, because I do accept and acknowledge the great architect of the universe. And I know that we cannot in any way be in this world alone. You can say, well, you know what, I don't need nobody, I can do this, but no, you can't.
Interdependent.
You know, you're all interdependent in some kind of way with other people, whether that be you get some sort of physical support, financial support, spiritual support, some sort of support you need from other people. But at the same time, you also need to give. Part of living is giving, because you have to give more than you receive for the reciprocation to actually work.
Right.
You know, and I honestly feel that way. I don't know if I'm articulating that appropriately, but the truth of the matter is, if you give in a selfless way, it will 100% come back to you in some kind of way, whether it comes back to you from the person that you gave it to, or if it comes back to you through someone else. You know, the reality is, if you give with a pure heart and mind, that it will come back to you.
That's that whole pay it forward ideal.
There it is, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree
Anybody
with that.
seen that movie? It's all about giving.
Yep.
I think he picked 3 people to really impact in a serious way, and it just kept branching from there. Those 3 people helped 3 more people who helped 3 more people.
Yep.
So Yeah, if the world operated like that, we'd be an awesome world.
100% agree with that. 100% agree with that.